Hello and welcome to Dan with the Gram on Cam. With me, the Grandmaster Kush, talking all things Amsterdam, coffee shops, and everything from the cannabis community. Joining me as always, I have my co-host, the Fada Fairy. Ready for this?
Yes, always.
It's been a busy old week.
Yeah, we have. Leagues, events, all sorts.
Yeah,
but it's
vlogs,
magic.
podcasts. And joining us this week, we've got Pyron Velleman.
Yeah, hello.
Is that right?
Hello, yes,
Nice.
absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. So before we get started, we got a word from our sponsor, 21 by 20, life summed up, so you can pick between a snapback or a beanie.
Beanie.
Everyone's going to pick the beanies coming into the winter.
Yeah.
So 21 by 20, life summed up. They're not on general sale, but if you want their chance to win, you can like and share this podcast episode to your Instagram or Facebook, and then comment underneath what 21 multiplied by 20 equals, and we'll get one out to the winner. So nice.
Yes, I put them on.
So before we get started, we're going to ask you 4 questions in 20 seconds to see what kind of smoker you are. So weed or hash?
Weed, absolutely.
Sativa or indica?
That's a good question. Hybrid?
Yeah, we'll let you have it.
Yeah.
Rolled or in bowls?
Rolled.
And what was the first coffee shop you ever smoked in?
Uncle Sam in Arnhem.
Uncle Sam in Arnhem, okay. Definitely never heard of that.
Yeah, that's a great shop.
Okay, still going?
Yeah, still going.
Nice.
It's like this really 80s kind of jazz bar vibe, and
nice.
it's one of the only coffee shops I've ever seen there.
Yeah. And is there many other coffee shops in the town? Or is that the only one?
No, many. Arnhem is pretty packed.
How far away is Arnhem?
Yeah, like 3 hours with the train. Yeah. It's on the other side of the Netherlands, near the German border.
Near Maastricht?
Yeah, no. It's
The other
Gelderland. Yeah, a little bit more in the middle.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, nice. It's mad hearing
The first strain I've ever smoked was the Mexican haze from them. And Mexican haze is like a proper strain. So if everybody who is watching likes the one who likes haze, you should go to coffee shop.
Go all the way out there for some Mexican haze.
Yeah.
It's a long trip. It would rather be good haze.
Yeah, it's good haze there. And Arnhem is also one of the cities that has the legal weed.
Okay, so, like Maastricht.
Like
Maastricht. Out there last
yeah.
week.
Yeah, and then you can stock up. I think that
is it one of the ones where you have to be a Dutch resident to go to?
No.
So anyone can go to that?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because a lot of I know Maastricht and a few around the border are very strict on residential shit.
They had it in Nijmegen, close to Arnhem, but in Arnhem they never had it. So you can just go there, buy weed.
And how many shops you say would be in Arnhem?
I think a cup, like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad day trip out, like.
No, actually, and they are very close to each other. So like you have like 4 coffee shops in like 2 minutes walking from each other. So you can stock up all the legal weed. And,
nice.
Yeah, and it's cheaper out there as well.
I'd say so. Yeah, the locals wouldn't be paying Amsterdam prices.
Oh
like.
yes.
But they're also not looking for Amsterdam gimmicks either. You know what I mean? They're not looking for the Callies and all these fucking bullshit bags.
Mexican and all.
Yeah.
Like that Mexican haze is like a very old school strain.
Yeah, they have
like there or original dampering is one of the only places I've ever heard having that. And same as well. It's
even that
strain.
old school, was it old school?
The old
haze?
school haze.
That didn't even taste like haze, or didn't smell like haze.
It's a lot
didn't
more
have
of
that.
like a citrusy undertone. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I talked with Ruben about this in our last live stream. You know, what is haze?
Yeah.
It's a really
whatever the common flavour is across hazes, that's the flavour I usually don't like. But that old school haze didn't have that.
Isn't that linen?
No,
somebody said that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also the older hazes are just grown like 14, 15 weeks. It's just way different type of growing. You see it in the calyxes. They are like very like long and
wispy kind of. It looks ugly.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you think it's shit weed. We're just like, no, this shit is packed with like, you're gonna get high. You're gonna get a load of flavor. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And for the old school, like if you want to go for the old school strains, you should go to the other side of the Netherlands because they have more like proper white widows, proper amnesias.
Where the strain survived. You know what I mean?
Probably them growers have just, this is my strain, this is what I do. They've kept it that way. Whereas a lot nowadays, all the genetics, you don't know what you're smoking.
And they're like, this was out of date. It's not fashionable anymore. Let's cut this one and start a new one.
But also a lot of import. In Amsterdam, I think like 60-70% on the menus is import.
Yeah, and fucking overpriced bullshit, most of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey.
It is nice to see. I'm hearing a lot more, especially over the last while, a lot more of the Dutch. A lot of people, especially even like the Dutch locals, being like, no, this is good. Our stuff is coming back. Like they're trying to make a lot more passion and time for their own stuff. Definitely.
Everything gets found out after a while, you know what I mean? Cali was the big thing for a while, and then people are like, what the fuck are we paying this money for, you know what I mean? It's
that's pros and cons, because it's also the Dutch growers have to step up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, that's it. They had no competition for a long time. You know what I mean?
The competition was Albanian weed and Jamaican weed and shit weed. You know, so you see it in the legal experiment. We can grow weed. The Hollandse hoogtes and the aardachtig. I've had several ones that were really, really, really nice. But if you, I don't know if you taste the hash that has been produced in the legal. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I've only saw the bit of a traditional hash, and I didn't like the texture. That I didn't smoke it, so I can't fully say, but I didn't like the texture of it.
And was it the one from Canada? I think so, because you said
the orange bags.
The orange ones, yeah.
That's the outdoor grown one, isn't it?
Yes, but they just don't know how to make hash. It's so.
Especially if you're going to put traditional Moroccan, at least take off the traditional, because it's not traditional.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Moroccan style hash, I'll give you that, but like not traditional Moroccan hash. No. No, that's I'm kind of like, some people need to be left to.
No, that's it. Like the weed, you might be able to replicate, but trying to get hash in a, you know what I mean, they need that natural climate. So that's why that shit's imported. You know what I mean?
I'm actually wondering why I don't see isolator, because that's something that the Dutch actually did for years and years and years, and I don't see isolator anywhere in the legal experiment at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe they think it's too strong or something.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of stories about the problems that they are now. So with rosin as well, and with sweating hash, you know, about the THC coming out, and I've heard so many things about things that are not possible in the legal situation, because they didn't even knew all this kind of stuff.
No, not to cure it, not to anything of that. No,
you don't have to write the rules if you don't know how to do it. Like, it's ridiculous. People uneducated.
But I suppose, like, I'm not totally for them coming in and taking over, because we've managed this whole time grand. But I like when at least they're accepting, okay, we don't know and we're willing to learn.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Because then they understand, they have peace of mind that this isn't anything mental, it's just a beautiful plant that can heal a lot.
But you see it in difference in the companies right now, that Canadela is not like really focused on the community. You don't see them trying to reach out, trying to, you know, I saw Hollandse hoogtes, like big thumbs up for them, doing the party, and then introducing people to it, and actually hearing the reactions live.
That's
on the spot.
Sure.
Take the good and the bad, but learn. You're willing for it.
That's it. It could be like, this is shit, this is overpriced, this, but then there's other people saying, I like this, they've done well with this, so It's
a good way to do it.
Especially if you're trying to do this public experiment, let the public see, you know what I mean? Don't try and sneak it in by them and go, we have it in the shops now, it's good stuff, you know what I mean? So.
And nice then as well, you're saying community based. They're bringing it to the actual people that consume. It's not like, hey, does this pass the paperwork? It's, hey, do the people actually like it? Do they want to keep smoking and put it inside their body?
Absolutely. And you see the difference also in the companies, in the quality as well. And if they listen to the people as well, you know, the guys from Aardachtig and from Hollandse hoogtes actually reached out to legacy people to have advise them, advise them. Nice. It's really nice that they did that, because when you see it in America, all the legacy growers, all the legacy people, they went out of business. It's only the big companies left, and so that's what you said as well. I don't know how I feel about the legalization, because the legalization isn't going to be as we hoped it would be.
No.
And in Michigan,
it won't benefit us ahead of other people, like no for sure.
All the it benefits the big companies, and eventually all the small companies get bought over by bigger companies, and then you have Coca-Cola and all the rest of the and it's good as well. There should be place for both of them. And I see that in Michigan they have the caregiver program. And so people can have like you can have a medical. You know, in America, like 80% uses it medically for headaches, for migraines, for
sleep,
ADHD,
whatever,
for sleep. Yeah. So in Michigan, you can have a caregiver, and he can grow for like 10, 20 patients. And so they have like a little legacy market left.
Okay, nice.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And they introduced that.
They call it a caregiver, you know what I mean? You can look after your little community of patients, you know what I mean?
Keep everyone supplied and high.
Yeah, and you can have a little grow, and you have the right to have the little grow and give it to people, and actually sell it as well. You can sell it for reasonable price.
Yeah, well, you have to keep your farm
time
going.
And effort. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I like that. So you have both the constructs now there, and maybe in the Netherlands we should do something like that as well.
Yeah.
Keep all the legacy, because I like actually now you can. I enter a coffee shop, and I have the legacy market and I have the legal market, and actually I like the situation at the moment.
Yeah.
Because
more choice is better.
Yeah, more choice is better. Yes, and.
And it is like, even I know a lot of people are saying, okay, the legal is cheaper, but as you're saying, having the both.
Yeah.
If you can go in and be like, right, I'm going to bulk up and have my daily driver smoke, but then I have also my banging stuff that's like from craft growers.
Yeah.
If you can have that, I'm all for it.
I was going to say the one downside I'd say to the last one, Holland the Hoctus. I can never pronounce it in the vlog. I have to get Duncan to do it every time.
That's two times the age.
Yeah. Like if you watch the vlog every 5 minutes, I'm like, Holland, Dunky, what's it? And he's like, Holland the Hoctus. So fucking, but the price of theirs wasn't the same as other prices I've heard. They were up to 15 a gram.
Oh.
Yeah, no, they were actually
grown stuff.
No, 16.
Yes, I think one of them was 13, one that was 14.
See, now I'm like, here,
This
I
is
knew
what I mean.
this would happen. I knew this would happen.
I was expecting this legal grow was going to be, because we've
like,
heard
we're in.
8, 9. We heard somebody was doing packs of 5 for €5 of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Canada.
So now to see what used to be the top Dutch prices, the top Amsterdam prices as their standard, it's
tricky.
No, it is. It needs to be. If it's
But
legal, it's got to be cheaper.
They already told me as well that the prices are going to fluctuate between the grows as well.
Yeah.
They invested a lot. You know, when you do a legal grow, you have to know that at least 3 or 4 runs are not going to be where you want it to be.
Yeah, of course.
And you're gonna lose money. And in the Netherlands, they couldn't even. They had to throw away, or I don't know what happened. But at one point, everybody had weed, and they couldn't sell it to the coffee shop at that time. And so it's
the timing wasn't.
Yeah.
It's a lot of investments in those companies, and a lot of risk as well. Because
I was talking to Hologram, and they said they had problems scaling up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they can grow normally as a small grower, but to be on a mass scale, this is the whole reason for the experiment. It's
not just go in and look after your plants.
No.
It's look after your plants and fill in the paperwork.
Yeah.
And do this and scan it.
And then get ready for the next batch and this and that. You know what I mean? But
that's why I think if people like himself could be like, right, here's your license to grow. Someone's going to come around like a kitchen check place.
To make sure you have up to standards.
And off you go, man.
You get an A grade,
You're allowed
a B
to grow
grade.
up to 20, 30, 50 plants, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these growers will get a shock when they try to go up from their 10, 15 to their 50.
Absolutely. It's a lot to care for. A lot. Especially if you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
If you love cannabis, you want it to be a banging quality.
Yeah.
Whereas if you put people in there in a lab coat, they're going to be like, yeah, that's weed, send it off. You know what I mean? It's the difference of passion and just
you see it in the whole construct of the companies, all the legal companies. You see how Canadala, which is the cheapest one, they don't really focus on the branding. They focus on producing it as cheap as possible, as with the sunlight and the greenhouse that they have, and I think there's a place for that in the market as well. You see all the I know a lot of Dutch people who just go to the shop, buy a indica mix pack for 5 grams, and they buy it. The price. They're happy, and they pay 25-30 euros. Man, that's so cheap.
Yeah.
We normally in the Netherlands you pay crumbs. You get crumbs for that. You know.
Gross.
Literally. So it's good to see that it is that option, because especially even for the older people, they're not wanting this heavy stuff that we're smoking, the hashes and all that. They just want their nice.
Yeah, like
what they've been smoking their whole time.
That's even my parents and their friends when hash went out, weed come in, whenever they'd have a blow off a joint, like, that stuff's too strong, you know what I mean? So there is a market for the old school, the lighter, the weaker, you know, but not everyone wants the fucking juiced up fucking, you know what I mean?
And also we have to remember we are a very tiny part in this community.
Yeah, of course.
And normal people, and that's where a lot of people found out in America that their market isn't the fire.
Yeah.
And the market is mids, and that's what you're gonna sell.
Mids,
good quality mids. Not even good quality, just mids. That's the market, and
they don't know quality. The masses.
You see it because people don't have the money to buy that kind of crazy shit. You see all the cool packs on Instagram in the Netherlands, but it isn't even.
No one's smoking that every day as their 5 to 10 grams a day. No one is. Unless you're buying, supplying, and grooving with it. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
Or you're an influencer and getting it for free or something like that, you know?
Absolutely.
Even imagine having all these jars and packs around your house. You'd be like, what the fuck do we do with all this crap?
I'd
you spend half their money on. You know what I mean?
Whereas people need to be real on this.
Yeah.
We like to consume a lot. I don't like to not have a joint in my hand. So you want to have it that I can smoke constantly without being stupid and spending every last cent. I want to.
Yeah, like there's people who just want that one joint and that real strong,
and
but
they're
then
happy out with that.
But for us, like we want the chain smoke all day. You know what I mean? So
you want good
€30 a gram. You know what I mean? Fucking, I'd be broke no matter.
No, but it's also we have such a different market from the rest of the world. No, like Barcelona gets really close to the situation we have in Amsterdam right now, but there is no like even in Thailand you can find nothing like more expensive than maybe now it is, but like last year when I was there,
that will try.
Yeah, absolutely. But the normal prices are.
Over there,
yeah. I'm going to Bangkok in November.
Okay. And, I haven't been back since it legalized. I was there a few times smoking.
Banging.
Yeah, it's banging there.
I'd say savage. Just for the whole. The scenery, everything, put a joint in your hand.
The food.
I always say the food is the best.
You got
food, man.
Yeah.
Eating curries for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Do you love a Thai curry?
I never had Thai food until I went to Thailand.
Oh, no.
That was proper Thai food.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing close to that outside of Thailand. No.
Yeah, I'd say there is next level. I haven't been.
And it's also cheap for the people who are watching. Actually, like you actually invest in the plane tickets and the rest is so unbelievably cheap.
And the flights aren't too bad. You get return flights for €600-700.
Yeah. If you do like a stopover, you can get that. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like do it for a vacation. Like for business, Thailand is still a little bit like in the early stages, and a lot of big companies already invested in there. Look at Arjen. He has a monopoly. He's really like busy having his grow was the most beautiful grow outside of America I've ever seen. And he just obliterates the whole market there with good weed. Thumbs up for Arjen.
But it's good to go in and set a standard. Especially because they're still learning to be like, alright, no, this is what we can all do, guys. You know what I mean? Definitely.
And I've heard some of the weed being grown in Thailand now is meant to be of a fucking good standard as well. Like it's not just Thai stick and bullshit. They're actually coming out with good weed.
Yeah, absolutely. They have good indoor weed there now. And the previous time I was there a year ago was not there yet, but I've had some weed that was proper
grown.
Indoor grown. Maybe it was import. I don't know that, but it was good.
Okay, nice. But at least that's kind of the standard you're hoping then across the board.
But you can still get your 40 baht of like Thai stick if you want to.
Yeah. That's all I ever got was Thai stick.
I nearly would for
just the nostalgia. Well,
but it's not the original.
That's the thing.
It's not original. You know, I've smoked the original Thai stick like a couple. Now, I think 4 years back. It was so good. Like it was proper. Like if you smoked a cigar, like
that, a bit heavier.
Yeah, and it was nice. I plucked all the stems and all the seeds out of it, and it was a proper Thai stick with the red, like
yeah. See, that's the thing. Is it beautiful just to have done it? We've heard it in the tunes. You saw it. You know what I mean?
I remember the last time I got it was like a right crispy square. They just compressed the whole thing and cut it into this block, and you're just pulling lumps of weed, stems.
Yeah, but this is more like brickweed, you know.
Everything, it was just pressed into this thing and then chopped into squares. There you go, Lou.
Mental. Yeah. Compared to now, like if you showed the people that started that, the packs and all that, like what the fuck
is this?
Yeah, you see it on the Strain Hunters episode in Thailand. They had they go to the local farms, and it's so crazy for the people that they can actually produce legal weed. Still, they're like, oh, I still think there's police like around the corner checking me out. You hear
that penalty?
Yes.
It was literally you can't come with that. It could be sentenced to death.
And in that episode, he shows a couple of growers as well that are already doing that for years and years already before, like with original genetics and
legend.
Yeah, it's
with
really
a death penalty waiting around the corner.
Yes,
that's I've only ever smoked in Thailand while
for the
I could have died. You know what I mean? The only times I've smoked in Thailand was risking my life if I got caught. I remember I bought weed off this tour guide. We'd done a tour like up the waterfalls, the elephants, all this. And he had weed with him. He said he used to live in LA for a bit, so I was chatting to him. Everyone else pulled out. It was just me and him on the tour, so just floating around. And I was like, can you get us some weed? He's like, yeah. You got it dropped down or something like this. But there was like I don't know what it was. Maybe it was for folding the bags, but a piece of plastic stuck in a bit of weed. So I'm sitting in I got a little hut on the beach, one of them little fucking bamboo huts. Next I'm sitting there and I get a knock at the door, and it's people from reception. And the guy I just bought the weed off, and he's like, oh, I need that plastic thing back. He's like, and then as I'm handling it, he goes, I had to tell them that I sold you weed so I could get this thing back. I'm like, you've just told the people at the hotel reception I bought weed and I have it. So I'm sitting in my room now going, am I safe here? You know?
I need back in my bag.
I've heard horrible things. You know the whole story about Johan van Laarhoven from the grass company. You know, you should watch that. There's a whole documentary about that. Yeah, yeah. He got caught in Thailand with shit, and then he was put in jail and. Yeah, that's
but I've heard of people like 2 joints and all, they get put in the death penalty and all this stuff. That's fucking crazy shit.
To now, just be like, hey guys, let's start 2 bars.
Supposedly vending machines pumping out weed.
No, they even sell it at market stalls.
Yeah.
Wow. As it should be.
Yeah.
They're fruit and veg.
Yeah, but
to a proper level. But that energy, it's a plant, man.
But it was like the situation when it got legalized in America. They don't know what they were doing. Yeah. So it was just the wild west, and I love that. That's the best situation.
This is why they're slow here, because they know once you give the green light, it's like
they
that.
Know.
It's like that, the toll bridge. Once you come out, there's no lanes. Everyone's just going all over the place. You know what I mean?
But it's a safe thing to just go wild with.
But
if they were
they're kind of just keeping the rain.
The problem is it's a plant, so there can be many problems with that for storage, and you can get a lot of mold, you can get a lot of animals and bugs on there, and you don't and that's the big problem when you do a legalization in an uncontrolled way. People are going to consume things that they don't even know what they're consuming, and you see that here. And when they don't legalize, they do it as well with the HHC and with all the other semi-synthetics. But it should be controlled in a way. I think like doing it in Thailand was. What they did in Thailand was it was like chaos.
It got out of hand too quick.
I was watching with my dad how many customers one coffee shop had in Thailand a day, and when you're seeing 6 people enter and that's it, that in 2-3 years like 60% is going to fall down because they
I think most of them already not even
so the market will also just stabilize itself as well.
It's a learning for all of us.
That's it.
We've done it all this way for so long. If they are like, okay, legalize, we're like, okay, how do we do this?
That's it.
We have to figure it out as well.
They've gone from death penalty to legalization. legalization in a year, and like, what do we do now?
Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Had to stick a head out of the ground.
Well, it's admirable. Remember they had, like, when they legalized it, basically they had an increase of a load of like kind of like people coming into the hospital basically having whiteys.
Yeah, they didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, everyone thought they were all dying. You're just like, your blood pressure's just like dropping. You're grand. But because of that, they didn't, like, they panicked initially, but then they're like, okay, now we need someone at all times in every shop that can handle that situation.
Oh, yeah.
Genius.
Like a lifeguard, nearly, like a first aid kind of.
We have that in the Netherlands called BAV, and somebody in the coffee shop needs to have that as well.
To be able to deal with it.
Absolutely. Normally it's actually for personnel, not really for the customers. But if you have BAV, you can. You can do all the stuff. So,
but it doesn't teach you about whiteys, does it?
Oh, no. But we have a separate cursus in the Netherlands as well that coffee shops
that's
do.
What I'm saying. In this one, this is mandatory in Thailand that you have to know how to treat a whitey before you work there, which should be the first thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you treat people to go down. Yeah. Because that's all you need to know.
I saw all the personnel in the coffee shops.
Just a bit of sugar.
They are all like pretty Thai ladies that don't know anything about the cannabis itself as well. So I really need to ask for somebody. So that's a problem as well. You don't.
I remember, and I'm not even going to name the shop, but I remember I was dropping off like leaflets one time, and the bud tender was like, "Oh no, I don't smoke." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah. A lot of people.
They should not, and like, it's not like, right, if you're in a bar you should drink, or if you're they should do, but you should, if
know your product.
You should know your product. You should be able to advise people on, like, okay, this is a heavy this is more this, what's your level. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I don't smoke.
You should know the difference between sativa and indica, you know what I mean? Like, paranoid, what should I smoke? They're like, I don't know, like, fucking hell. You know,
there's so much misinformation as well, and also the coffee shops spread that, and the rules are so, like, they are, people don't even know what they're selling, they don't even know what they're doing, and you see, the only thing that really, like hard legalization like they did in America, you have bud tenders that know everything about everything that is there, and I like that.
The passion.
It's the passion.
They love getting people high. They love being like, this
and
is
because
cannabis.
They're more educated, they can educate you more. Like,
and
people,
you feel more comfortable.
Of course.
I always say that, like, whenever, like, sometimes if you're smoking like a haze or anything of that and you get mad thinky, sometimes I think it's even your people who you're with, or that it's not so much going. I always think it's the plant letting you know, hey,
open
maybe
that door
not.
for you.
You know what I mean? So it's, I think, definitely learning and understanding, and when you're confident in, like, when you've walked away knowing what's in your hand and what you're about to consume, I think your high is nicer.
You're more, you can relax and enjoy it more. You kind of let yourself go with it, you know what I mean?
Yes. And like, this is what they said would happen. Actually, I am feeling heavy in my legs. Actually, this is, But
that's it. When you have the test and you can tell they have the right fucking THC, CBD, all these kind of levels, you can then, because if I tell somebody this is sativa, you're definitely going to be happy off this, but I don't know how it was grown. So I don't know if it's going to give what it should give, or the strengths and all this. So
and also in the growing world, a lot of misinformation.
Oh, 100%.
And we are living in the legalization around, you see it in Germany, you know, and in Spain, people have a very certain way of growing, and in America it's way different, and in Thailand they do it way differently. So it's, I think it's also how you prefer. And if I'm honest, if I like hydroponic versus like living soil, something like that, you can have great hydroponic weed, you can have great living soil weed. You know, it's just how you prefer to the way that you grow. You know, and in Spain, you see also a lot of people trusting all the Chinese products. I would suggest not to get Chinese products and just go with all the quality products when you grow.
The better the product, the better the grow.
Yes, and it's also a lot of the quality products are made for horticulture, not for cannabis growing.
Okay.
So like now, like the lights are made for cannabis growing, but they're from horticulture companies. So if you have a big horticulture company, you have to calculate all the pricing. how much can I get out of this light? How much is if you buy LED lights, how much is the LED degradation? So how much in a year is the power from the LED going down, and how is that influencing my growth of my plants? And then you can all turn it back into money.
Yeah, of course.
And,
right then, just to getting cheap bulbs, you're going to have a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
If you're getting away handy then, but in the long run, when you're replacing, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big tip for everybody.
So if you ask the best.
It depends where you grow and what the conditions are. But I think preferably, I think when I ask my dad what he should do, what he would do, he would say like a combination of LED and HPS, so a combination of both. And
would that be put one on for a while, one on for like a few weeks of this one, a few weeks that one, or both at the same time?
Both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then with the LED, you can change the colours, so you can get different. Like that can affect the growth as well by different reds and different.
People have different ways of adding, like near red, and I would say that color spectrums are. There are a lot of speculation about that as well. You should just Google it and read through it, because also for LED is way more difficult than HPS, also because LED has different, you have a term called LED binning, where they differentiate the quality of the diodes that are in the LED lights, and if you get the bad ones, what you were saying, if you ask as a grower to your company that you're buying LEDs from, what is the LED degradation, and they say it's 10%, then you're fucked. That's what you are, because in 1 year you get 10% less growth from your plants, and that's
By year 2 or 3, you're really fucked then.
No, you can't even normally. I think with a normal standard, really big grow, the LED degradation should be like a couple percent, and at max.
And that's just from general weight.
Yes.
Whereas 10% is a chunk.
So how,
especially if you're going for if you have a big ass space, that's massive.
You're trying to scale up,
that's massive. And people, and especially in Spain, where I see people just buying LED lights for €40, and I know I'm telling them, guys, you can better invest in a good light than have
better
this
product, everything. The plant's not getting the last month's come.
Barely starving here.
At that main point when it needs, and it's just it's a bit weak. Interesting. Because that's it. We're always we both say we haven't grown. We're excited to grow. So we love to even certain tips we're picking up. Definitely interesting.
Soma gave me some seeds the other day, so I need to maybe put them to use as well.
I like that.
He kept telling me on the podcast that he thinks I'd be a great grower, so I feel obligated now that I kind of have to do it. If someone said I can do it, I must try it.
Absolutely, yes. Which seeds did he give? Which traits?
He gave me lavender OG, Soma salad, which I think is a lucky dip of 5 different seeds, and what was the other one?
Lavender OG. Lavender. That's fucking legendary. That's a legendary strain.
I can't remember the other one now, but he gave me the 3 of them anyway.
Nice.
And then I still have that seed from the Karma Genetics from the Holland the Hoctus. I think I got something runts candy or something, but I have that stored up, so
ready
when
to
I
go.
do grow, I have the best of seeds to do it with. Whether I do a good job is another thing, but I'll start off strong.
We're learning. We're always learning.
So is there any LED company or brands that would you advise more than others?
Yeah, I have to say, do your research.
Okay.
Just go to quality companies.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of quality companies out there. I would definitely suggest my father's company, but that's something you should search.
Might as well get to a show.
DLI, Dutch Lighting Innovations, absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful, 100%.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. But it's also good that people do their own research.
But I think that just companies, the brands themselves. 'Cause I'm sure every company stocks. Like if you go to a TV company, you're going to get Sony, Toshiba, whatever. So in the company, what kind of brands are better in the LEDs? Like what companies make the better kind of lights?
Well, is Dutch Lighting a brand?
Or do you just make your own lights?
Yeah, we produce. We manufacture them in the Netherlands in Aalsmeer.
I thought it was like you stock in lights and you sell different brands of lights.
No.
So you just make your own lights.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, absolutely. And we just launched a new light, the UV light. That's a game changer. That's actually we are the first company who do it properly. We did a research with the University of Wageningen, where we tested the UV lights, and the results were amazing. You can search them for yourself on uvgrowlight.com, but we got an increase in terpenes and cannabinoids. And
so were you allowed to test within the university on cannabis?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We could test on cannabis. So we.
And with the students, they were part of, like, with yourselves?
Huh?
Who's
like
growing
who
it?
was growing?
One of the researchers from the University of Wageningen. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Nice.
Provided the lights.
We provided the lights. So it's UVA, UVB, and a really, really, really tiny amount of UVC. And as my father said once on another podcast, normally when you have the plants outside, you have some UV on there, and that's what we're missing indoors. So we brought the sunlight into.
And is this an additional light, or is this
an additional light? Yeah. You would place them like one UV light for every 4 HPS or LED lights. You place it in the middle, I think.
Okay.
And then you turn them on for around 4 hours a day.
Okay.
And
it just gives it that bit of UV.
Yeah. And you can't enter the same room when you have it on.
Okay.
So don't do that, guys.
Okay.
Because for the humans, it's not really nice, but...
you get a nice tan.
Yeah.
Red down the sunbed at the same time.
I don't even know what happens.
Working in your speedos, working on your colour at the same time.
Yeah, that's no. So I would probably... We are doing now a test with a couple of famous guys. We have UV lights in Arjen's place in Thailand, and we have UV lights. I think you can search it. We have a couple of grows where we do the test with, and one NBA legend that is testing our combination right now, and he got better. The calyxes were beautiful.
Sick.
Yeah, really, really nice. So you see it. Plants love the UV.
Okay. Yeah. Keep them happy.
Yeah, that's cool. It's good that you're still learning new methods and new ways to improve it.
Yeah, we had the plasma light a long time ago from another company that my dad had as well, and that wasn't very the best option out there. So, but the UV did something with the plants, and
it's good when you figure out this isn't working, scrap that, let's figure something else out.
Yes. You know what I mean? To nearly do them things to figure out the right way.
Instead of just fucking, we've made it now, let's just sell it, you know what I mean? Tell them it works, fuck it.
Yeah.
But no, that's it, especially getting to test it in colleges and that's a scientific.
I love to hear that. Literally, people that are choosing, because it's actually to be right now I'm putting my focus, all of my hours and time, it takes a lot of
do
time.
the things that you're already good at and improve that.
You
know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Get people.
Give people the knowledge.
I have a company, my marketing company for the cannabis industry, and we do a lot of we manage a lot of big brands. We made the site for Bulldog Seeds, for DLI, the UV Grow Light site, and we do a lot of advertisement. We are one of the only ones in Europe. We have a license to advertise on Facebook and Instagram with CBD and hemp.
Nice.
And
what's the name of that marketing company?
TMM, the Millennial Marketplace. So we and with that company, I'm good at certain things, and I really found that out. I'm fucking bad at keeping my agenda, doing all the administrative things and all the back end of the company. And you should get people and partners that fill you up in these spaces so you can perform better on the things you're already good at.
It is. You find your team of people. We're not all good at everything.
No, that's it.
Whereas when you find people that you click with and you're you're better at that, you're better at that, we can actually come together and make something magic.
Yeah, that's it. I see Mr. Beast is talking about that. He goes, even if I... he wants to be in control of it, but if you have someone that's editing 100% of the time, he's going to get better than you are if you're only editing 10% of the time or 5% of the time. So if you have your shortcomings or whatever, and someone else can do that, let them do that 100% of the time, and they'll get better at you at everything. You know what I mean? Everyone that's their job, they'll get good at that. You know what I mean? Where if you're trying to do 10 jobs, you're never going to be good at them all. You know what I mean? Or
yes.
Something's going to suffer.
Truth. This is the truth. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You see that in cannabis companies as well right now. You know, people filling spaces that they are not good at. You know,
trying to do stuff because they have to. You know what I mean? Out of necessity.
And also the community. Some companies are so far behind in the community. And they don't know how to break into their. I said this to a lot of people. I think that every cannabis company has to have like a community manager that just searches out what the community wants, be there at events, do all that kind of things. And
for sure.
Yeah,
because it is hard for cannabis to market and advertise in this industry, so it's, you know what I mean, between the coffee shops not being allowed to, between restrictions on social media, between getting fucking shadow banned and everything else, you know what I mean, so
it is coming back to just smoking a joint together.
It needs a community and word of mouth, you know what I mean, like it's
that's why we did the 710 last year. I did that with Runa, with Ruben, and with Roy, and I see the huge people are asking for events.
100%.
And it's a really risky business. I don't personally like it as much, but we're trying to set up now a company and tackling that in Europe as well, because we actually having. After 710, I got so many messages. Let's do it. I need this more. We need to do more of this. We're now trying to do like a normal event that is 420 friendly, like a food truck event. We're now planning for next year, and I think that's a good situation where normal people can also enjoy. Be involved in the community.
We have infused food trucks.
No, it's not going to be a trap fest, because that's what I want. No. I wanted to have a 420
food at a session. I'm like, can we put weed in there?
Yeah. I don't want
your own oil.
Maybe we do
just
like
a little dispenser just on the side. Like,
maybe we're gonna do something with people bringing their own stuff. That's maybe, but I don't want it to be a trap fest, because I want to have the normal community to have a look as well.
You have to get it up and running and normal before you start making it too crazy.
You see, all the events that are currently being held are for the VIPs, for all the people that are already in the industry, all the same people in every event, and I like that, but I want to involve all the people that buy just 1 gram of amnesia every week in the coffee shop. I want them to have a taste as well, and we're gonna do like a lot of things that there in the event, like a little cinema, a little thingy. Nice. So it will be like fun for everybody to be there.
That's it. For sure.
Something for everyone. Beautiful. Because it is. There's all type of stoners. People that dab, and as you say, people that buy 1 gram of amnesia a week. It's everyone.
Up to the connoisseurs.
But if you like to consume and you love cannabis, fuck it, come along, get high. You know what I mean?
We always, any event we do, it's even like pre the meal last year, they told us 75. I think there was about 150 people showed up. Like we do, we're never going to say no to anybody.
If you ask and you come.
Can I come smoke a joint? Of course you come smoke a joint. Do you know what I mean?
Because that's what we want. We want to, like, we came from countries where you're smoking on your own, you're hiding it, you're in the back fields, you're down the end of the garden.
The outsider.
Now we're like, there's fucking loads of us. Let's come together.
And you see that in America, that the community really it isn't almost there anymore. And
I know where to come together in a lot of spots.
As well, and all the events were commercialized as fuck. That as well, and I like commercialization. You should make some money off of it. Like we, with the 710, it was non-profit, but the next event we're gonna make a little bit of money. And it's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be enough to get us paid for the hours that we put into it. You know, and you see, with all the really 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 big events that it got commercialized so much. Because they want to push that, and I understand if you have something great, you should build it out. But
for sure,
you should build it out till a certain
make it real first.
That's it.
Make it a real thing.
Don't price out the real people that can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of the stalls at them conventions are crazy money, you know what I mean? Like you have a little brand, you want to get out there, 10 grand to stand here for a day or two. You're like, what the fuck? I don't have
10 grand, guys.
Yes. I don't even know numbers, but I'm sure there's a few
it is at least 10 grand for Mary Jane. It was at least 10 grand, yes. Yeah. It was amazing how many people did that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just to get their name out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. That's why more stuff needs to be happening. For spaces for people to come together. As you even said, if there's a community social person in everyone's business, they need places to connect and for things to happen. Like we have the events every Wednesday. You can come by even if you're not
painting,
doing the events, if you're not painting.
That's
just
it,
come
like
by
the community
for a joint.
now. Like one of the guys from Ireland, he flies over.
I love that.
He loves Amsterdam,
it's just that. It's
but he comes back. He wants to come back just for the puff of paint every week because people just come now, even if they're not painting, because they know.
I'm very happy that Ryanair has the thing from Dublin to Amsterdam for a couple of that one is sure the game changer for all the people in Ireland.
When I first started coming here, it was only Aer Lingus, and back then the flights were expensive and the hotels were cheap. Now you get flights for cheap and the hotels are fucking expensive.
The hotels are really expensive.
But
it is. No matter where you're from, flow through.
Yeah, no, that's it.
There's not a lot of whenever I hear about even Mila and all the olders talking about Amsterdam back in the day, it was kind of like you could wake up in the morning and you'd know where people would
just
be.
go to the hot spot.
And there would always be people there. Like we have it in the Joker. You always know Glenn's going to be working. There's always going to be people in and out. Like you see at least 10 mates.
Yeah.
And you haven't texted anyone. You see everyone.
I think that got fucked up in
that.
Corona time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because also the new laws get into place for Horeca that they couldn't smoke inside anymore. Like in Alkmaar.
A lot of smoke bars went.
In a lot of but you in a lot of like cities you can't even sit inside anymore. And I really understand for the coffee shop that's not a problem, because you want to get people to sell weed and then get out because that's the cheapest and you earn the most money from it, and I understand that perfectly, but we're missing out on the biggest thing that we invented. The social aspect. We were like, a coffee shop was like a kind of social club back in the day. You had a TV, you had a couple of people coming every day, and like before a year before Corona in the little cities like Alkmaar, you still had that. People were coming every evening. I knew all the people there, and it just got destroyed. In like one day it got destroyed, and
so sad.
And especially for the smaller towns. Like Amsterdam, it's always busy. You can sit on a bench and there'll be that. You could start chatting with someone. But like if you're out in the smaller towns, you want to know you can go and have a social space for your mental
someone
health.
To talk to, someone to sit and have a joint. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a few weeks. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
In Alkmaar, that's non-existent, and I see that. Yeah, and that's why we should do. I like the events, and that's why we should do more. I actually I would. If people are watching and they want to get in contact with me for doing like a little tiny event in a coffee shop or in a bar somewhere in the Netherlands, hook me up, because I want to help all the cities get something together that they can sit down. I see people doing that now in Rotterdam. I see all people trying to set up all the little sessions, and I think that's a great new movement.
It is just getting people together, especially everyone's working different times. You're not going to get to all of them, but if there's more, you're going to get to more.
And the coffee shop, and it's good for the coffee shop, because if you do a session, mostly there are cameramen and people there, and
they're getting promoted.
You don't even have to hire a cameraman. You're going to have 3 or 4 influencers there doing your job for you.
At this day and age, the phones come out.
You don't even have to ask them. You make a video, it's like 10 people are making videos here today.
Absolutely. And this is why you should. It's a good movement. I hope that the little cities also around like Utrecht, where it's also near impossible.
I love Utrecht. I miss Hilo. Did you ever in Hilo? That was some of the best, man. That seating area downstairs was like a Las Vegas strip club or something. Big leather couches, gold chains hanging down. There was like a bed at the bottom. You could fit like 20 people.
What is your favorite coffee shop?
Here?
No, just in the Netherlands.
DNL was. Not for weed, definitely not. But for seating, there was nothing like that.
Yeah, okay.
And the boat out in Utrecht is lovely as well.
Yeah.
Boat, I don't know what it's called.
The culture boat.
The culture boat.
Yeah.
So that's nice. To actually buy your weed and sit on a boat and smoke is nice.
You can't smoke anymore.
You can't smoke in there either?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No. The culture boat is not the smoke. Yeah, maybe pure, but not with the... No, also not pure anymore, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when I went
I think they're always just worried.
Yeah.
It's always that risk
they don't want to risk
have
it
of
at all,
But they should have separate laws. Also, I understand all the people that say you want people to smoke pure inside, but we're in Netherlands, and I think that 80 or 90% smokes with tobacco.
Yeah, especially hash smokers have to. You know,
you can't outlaw that. So you should make you can do like a separate smoking room where for tobacco only.
Yeah.
But they should change those laws because And I'm not like I smoke with tobacco myself, and I'm not promoting that to anybody because it's not good. But there should be also a place for the 90%. It's not only the 1% that comes there.
No, absolutely. I remember hearing that about the grass company, that they're very strict in there.
Even their outdoor area.
Yeah, even their outdoor, they have no tobacco. But they lost a lot of their older, customs. That were hash smokers that couldn't come. All of their hash customers, they lost them. They don't come and stay and sit. No, come.
No.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible to. Yeah, it's so sad.
A lot of Dutch still smoke hash. So that was. I never even. I think we had someone from down the country on, and they were talking about how even the coffee shops you can smoke in, people don't because they can't smoke their hash because they can't smoke with tobacco.
Yeah.
So it's dying anyway. So
it's sad. It is sad.
Yeah,
it's like you're being stigmatized even more.
Yeah.
We're already in our small room, but
you get one thing accepted and the other things fucking. Why can't they just be accepted for everything?
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here in the Netherlands.
It's crazy. The whole world's in one way and the Netherlands in reverse.
Well, I'm open. I keep saying it, and I do think because we always said it in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling with Germany, there's going to be a ripple, and people, even Thailand, everywhere is going okay, wait, maybe.
Yeah.
But also in Germany, they took out all the profit from having a company.
Okay.
So what they want to do in Germany, so you have to have a social club, and if you have a social club, you have to have a grow. You can't have a social club with no grow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to invest in a grow is going to cost you a lot.
And the social club as well.
And the social club as well. And you can take profit out of it, and you can sell the company.
So what do you mean you can't take profit? You can only just reinvest?
You can maybe take a loan, but it would be...
You're not going to get rich off it, basically.
No.
So nobody, and what, in a way of
you're going to invest a lot, and then you have... it's going to take you years and years and years to get that investment back. So the only people who are insane enough to do that are people with passion. Yeah. And I understand it completely, because if I was in Germany, I would maybe did the same thing there, because
it's basically what we want on the extreme.
Yeah,
we only give it to the people who really want it. The people who don't care about the money, the people who just want to grow weed for people.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. You know what I mean? If there's that many people who are I don't care if I can't get rich off this. I want to make a nice place for people to smoke.
Yeah.
But also you can only have 500 people registered to your social club. That's also a problem. There are so many problems in Germany with their. I don't.
Making it difficult.
Yeah, making it very difficult.
So
you know, in Spain, it's nice. It's like in Amsterdam, it's this gray area, and that's actually profitable for everybody.
Yeah.
And I love in Thailand. It's amazingly done. Now with the new laws, I think that they're gonna introduce new laws for the recreational side, and they're going to do licensing, I think. And I would suggest that it's the right thing to do. Just give licenses and give it to everybody, and just let the market stabilize itself. Because if there's too much weed, we're going to have the same problem as in America. They went to burn the weed because there were the prices
Canada as well.
Yeah, there was so much weed. That's why we had a lot of the weed importing to the Netherlands.
Yeah,
they smelled so good.
Oh man,
I love smelling a joint walking through Amsterdam, and you smell a joint. I'm like, woohoo!
Imagine a couple of tons of it being burned.
I was with my dad with he has a a partner in a company, and he has this very big house in the middle of nowhere in California, and he has his own little grow. You can have that in America, a little grow, and there was like a whole like plastic, like a trash bag full of Mac, like nicely grown outside in California, and he was like, I'm not going to smoke this. We're going to set it on fire. My father said that, and he put gasoline over it. He put a fire. I was like, what the fuck? Because but there was so much weed, they didn't even care in America.
Black bag full of weed.
Yeah, they didn't even care, and I was like, it hurted me because.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And it also.
It'd be nice to do a barbecue if you put it all in with the stones and have the smoke coming up and just cooking your food.
Yeah, it was very sad, but it was also
waste of right. You know what I mean?
But there was so much weed. There's still a lot of weed there, and still you see.
And also, they're paying fucking 20, 30 euro a gram for Cali weed. They're burning bags of it like it's.
We're crazy. I got good. You can get good stuff there on the black market, even for $5-6. It's it's crazy.
And
it's,
for good quality.
Yeah, it's like a good mid. Yeah. You still pay like 10, 12 euros for fire there, but what we pay here is. Insane.
No, it's crazy.
It's insane.
And there's no way it's
traveling and all sorts.
Yeah.
I'm getting very sad every time I come from Spain or come from, when you go to the south of Spain where weed is, social clubs buy it in for 130, 160, like good grown outdoor weed, banging outdoor weed, and I'm always
130, unheard of.
130.
You wouldn't even get Canadian for that at this minute now. You know what I mean?
It's the south of Spain is literally for the people that want cheap weed and a good holiday. Go to Sevilla, go to Malaga, go around that areas. They have very cheap weed there. Don't go to Marbella, but go to Sevilla or Malaga. That's
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Loads of tips.
It's but it's cheap, and also the hash, because the hash imported are from Sevilla.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah, fresh off the boat. So the hash is also you can get crazy hash in Sevilla, crazy for static for €6 a gram, and then you have this crazy Tropicana static. Yeah, it's insane.
Jesus.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, south of Spain, I think, and it's more beautiful. The food is delicious. Sevilla only like the Spanish people go on vacation there. It's like a Spanish vacation holiday thing.
I heard that if you have a cannabis club in Spain, if you open it for tourists, you're limited to like 500. Or, I don't know. You're limited to some amount of plants. If you open it for Spanish only, there's no limit on how much you grow. So if you open a club that opens tailors only for the locals, don't cap your growing. But if you have it for the tourists, because I talked to someone who had a club there, and they were saying they're going to open a second club for just Spanish, so they can grow as much as they want in one club and keep the other club going out and that. You know what I mean?
No, it's not true. This is not true, because you can't have tourists in your shop. It's not allowed.
But they do have them.
Yes.
So there's obviously something there that if you don't have them at all, or
what most social clubs owners, I don't know if I can tell this, but I still do it. It's they put vacation addresses on there, and they say you're searching for a house or going to be a resident in Spain, and you can get away with some stuff, and they're not going to be dicks about that as well, because it's still private club, so the police has to have like some kind of reason to go inside. They have to have that paper. So a lot of social clubs just allow tourists, and but also in south of Spain, it's like the left. All the cities there are very left.
Okay.
Very, very left. So they don't really care about all the cannabis shit. And you see some people getting arrested, but not as much as in Barcelona, where they're actively engaging in the
Heavy.
Yeah, because I think that's it. They're not making money one way anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, right, let's find cunts on the street. So that's why.
Whereas like they can make their few quid, like with everything. They all make their tax on everything. They can still make their few quid if they just let us do and sell legally.
But you know what I mean? They're like too greedy to think of the long run. They're thinking of give me a payday now.
They don't even understand how much they would make, like even America was mental with the revenue that came in within
Colorado,
like the first couple of months.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Colorado is destroyed. The market there is destroyed.
Oh yeah.
In what way?
They were the first.
It's no money to me. All the companies, the companies are struggling right now in America.
Okay.
Is it because there's too many?
It's a combination of all things. It's a combination of the tax system works, and then a lot, and that's a reason why a lot of the stuff that gets grown gets sold off in the black market.
Yeah.
And there's a problem with too many companies, but also with a lot. It's just a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of reasons.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it is, I suppose. Yeah. It's mad. Like we won't go off America's example.
No. And I think like there are a couple. You see now every time that a city gets legalized, it gets this hype, and like in New York now there's money to be made.
Yeah.
And but
New York went crazy. They were just opening illegal shops everywhere. Like it was
illegal.
Yeah. I think like 70% of the cannabis shops were illegally open. They were just opening them like
but
bodegas and 7-Elevens and all.
Just changing the sign.
Yeah, man. New York, man. It's a fucking
710 instead
of 7-Eleven. It's a world of its own. Yeah, 710. Love that. Just you see the bars come out and fill in the 120. Hey, here's the police. 7-Eleven. But now it's fucking it's all. But it's all again. It's these the people that made all the laws and everywhere that's legal don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
So no one. It's going to take the generations of mistakes and this and that before it all. But we're going the right way.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Just
like
to even be able to say cannabis and legal in the same sentence
to actually
is
be able to
beautiful.
buy it and possess it and not be hunted for it. You know what I mean?
Feel calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the peace of mind.
Yeah,
that's all we actually want.
Yeah.
None of us are arsed with anything. Do what you want. We just want to be able to be stoners and do our thing and get high.
That's it.
That's all
and
we
we're
want.
not going to disrupt anybody else around
No.
us. Like, you know what I mean? It might smell a bit funky, but that's even a nice smell.
You
so
give us places to go, we'll go to them places.
But I've heard California has now, they're going towards the lounge.
Yes, I've heard the news as well.
So, yeah,
and they look beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Like I have saw like infused restaurants.
Okay.
I'm seeing a couple of them now. I'm not sure exactly where in America, but I am seeing a lot of.
I don't know what situation for that is actually. I'm thinking it was, because I don't know what license you need to get to do infused food in a restaurant. That's I've heard it as well.
You're going to have to come into the, like you were saying earlier, with the
like I think private dining, not just like walking and like that kind
like
of way. It's more
events,
that.
Imagine cunts just dropping it all. Like, what did he have? He had a fucking super steak. Oh, he's balling.
5-course dinner.
Yeah.
So I've seen mangled.
But,
no, I think it's more you book in like groups and stuff like that.
Like, do you know the way you were saying, do you come and check restaurants and give them the hygiene check? Imagine the amount of levels of check you'd have to have, not only to be selling food, but now infused food. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How good is the food? How good is the standard? How good is the weed? Everything, you know what I mean? It's.
But if that's your skill, like there's, like even in our industry now, there's amazing edible makers and amazing
and only
chefs.
get better and more
you know what
fucking
I mean?
innovative.
Like the quality that's coming out, if they could have, and like they're up to them standards already, and they do that personally themselves without being checked.
Yeah.
So if they know, okay, I just need to do X, Y, and Z and wear this hat or wear this thing, they'll do it. If they could do it with ease and with peace of mind,
I think the best way for them, even if it was normalised, because a restaurant would be a bit too crazy, would always be in-house private dining, or you know what I mean? Like, why that doesn't happen more? A group of 5, 10 people go, we're going to hire a chef to come in and do infused dinners for us, you know what I mean?
No, not even infused, but pairings as well. We see that with Maison Terpene.
They do it with the joints, which is a beautiful concept.
I love that. Yeah, so they have a company, and they do pairings. It's like food, they like crazy, like Michelin pairing of food and cannabis.
Okay.
And then they
like the way they put a wine with it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, and I actually like that more than infused food. And they
so is the food infused as well? Or
no.
Okay. So they just pick a good weed to go with a good food?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I like that as well. That's good.
I like the research that went into that. Like,
because I think you'll proper stop and sit with your senses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To actually have a bite and have a toke. I'm like,
yeah, I need to be told what I'm looking for. Just to even find that kind of shit.
Oh, but you can imagine with them, they would. They'd guide you through the lot.
Yes, those guys are pretty amazing at what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they do it proper. It's not like some kind of. They make crazy dishes and
but again, they're doing this all underground and just. They haven't got a place.
Yeah, it's just a passion project, and it's a very good chef that thought this would work out, and I think it's something that is good for the new industry.
For sure. They just have to keep working on it, and it's
way they can do now. That was really bad English. God, I did not know what I was saying there. But now, it's something that is accessible and able to be done.
You just kind of have to keep doing it. Soon it's going to be norm, you know what I mean?
But especially you can kind of even with the laws here in the Netherlands, that can work because in no way are
that's just smoking and eating. So
you know what I mean? You're not messing with the edibles or anything or anyone's dose. That's interesting. It's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, it's a nice concept. There are lots of people doing now like crazy stuff, and I see lots of people with great ideas. I hope they can have more. But also room to do what they want to do, but also have some
freedom.
Yeah, because this is the problem. You can have a great idea, but if you don't make money from it, how the fuck are you going to survive? And it's really hard to get. And actually, I want to say that to all the big companies out there. The community are all the people online at the moment. So. Also all the people who invest a lot of time doing the podcast and then worrying about they are worrying about what you guys are doing, interfering with how they have been doing it for hundreds of years, you know, and they don't see that it is so influential as we see it to be influential.
It's too new for them. They don't see.
And I see that with
that's not how they've grown businesses in the past.
Exactly.
Now.
Exactly. A little bit afraid
new world, new businesses, new everything.
Afraid of investing, but not only investing their time as well. And investing in that kind of niche, because also we have a niche, and it's going to get way bigger. I see that with Depstars we reached 2.3 million followers, so it is all possible. But at the moment, some America gets legalized on social media, it's going to get open, and we're going to get it's going to be different.
No, for sure.
And
beautiful. It's breaking the stigma across the world. You know what I mean? Your laws mightn't be broken yet or changed in all the countries, but just normalizing it. People seeing cannabis, seeing it as just a day-to-day thing, that's beautiful.
That's what we wanted to do, is show that we're not just all people sitting around getting stoned. There are people oh, look how amazing this weed is. We're talking about real life stuff, businesses, ideas, you know what I mean, events, all this stuff, while just smoking a joint. It's not. There's no stigma, you know what I mean? So
but this is also something I want to, there are lots of stereotype people. I understand that, absolutely, hundreds of them, and I like them as much as people who do business, or because we are all part of one big community. But I like to put in some energy and do things, because there's lots of talks, lots of things, lots of thoughts, but that normally people are too afraid to pick them up and do something with it.
For sure.
It is literally.
That's it.
Having the confidence to be actually we can. And I think by seeing more and more, people are when they see it, they're actually I can do
you
that.
You make it more accessible for them, and that's it. And introduce them to people that they might need to get their stuff going and stuff
Yes, there are lots of people. You just connect the dots. That's what I say. My net. I always say, my dad says, my network is my net worth. You know, you meet all these people. You know that in your phone. This is what they're good at. Maybe I can call them sometime if I have this.
You build your community around you, people you can work with and stuff. Of course. Because, as you said, we're not good at everything, you know what I mean? And there'll be people that'll be better, and we're always happy to help anybody who has any ideas. If they feel I'm trying to get this. Even people message me how to move over, I'm always it's hard to get a house, but it's easy to get a job, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. So I'm always happy to help anyone if they've any fucking ideas, plans or anything. So yeah, it's always good to build a community like that, you know what I mean? And
it's
see
not
more
as
cool
fun
shit.
doing it on your own.
No.
Whereas
like,
when you have
smoking,
a group,
who wants to be,
no, you want to
but-
do stuff with a team and with energy.
Yeah.
But this is also a problem. A lot of people cost a lot of money.
Yeah, that's it.
There's also I see. I always tell, like, I'm trying to figure out now a live stream together with Ruben, and we do like a big cannabis show. We do like a TV show kind of thing with a quiz and with a thingy.
Nice.
And normally it costs like 2 months for people to set it up, and I was like, I'm going to do this in 2-3 days. and I make all the intros, all the animations, all the things, and I think if we all like we see that somebody needs you. Also, like I saw Ruben, I hit him up. I was like, hey, I can make your things a little better, and then shout me out, and then I get like profit from that as well.
That's it. It's all about like
helping each other.
I learned early when people gave me an edible, the least I could do was give them a share, give them a shout out. If someone, so that's the business we're in. Everyone works with each other, but just if they help you, just give them a bit of promotion, give them a shout out. You know what I mean? And that's enough, because then they'll do the same for you, and everyone can build on that. You know what I mean? It's I don't like people out here just trying to charge people straight away. You're getting customers then, not community. You know what I mean? Like it's better just to help each other, and like a rising tide raises all ships. You know what I mean? So
some people have different ways for doing business. I understand doing non-collabs is also a good option, because there are lots of people who are, you see it in the P. Diddy story right now, all the things, all the collaborations now with Mike Tyson and shit. It's all,
you don't know who you're
you don't know who you're working with. Yes, and also
the mattress.
No,
fair.
you never know.
Honestly,
their
even
controversy is your controversy.
when I'm listening to like my old school rap, he came on and I was like, should this be on my playlist?
Yeah, that's it.
It's mad.
You question yourself, and I understand.
Like if we had someone on the podcast and they had controversy, like, the guest from this podcast, and suddenly they're asking us questions, we're like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I so both, but I like I'm the type. I like the collabs.
I don't even care.
I give a big shout out also to Sensi. They did with the breeding grounds and with all the different kinds of people who are like community, like Champelli and like Smoke and Hagen, and they made a whole big collaboration between all those brands, and I can only say it worked out for them.
Oh, for sure.
And
beautiful, giving everyone that little lift up as well, helping each other up.
No,
absolutely.
Like I don't even think of it as a business. It's just cool shit to do with cool people. Like I wouldn't work with. Half the reason I don't like doing shit for money, because then you'll have to do stuff that you might want to do. Where if you're just working with people you want to do, you'll always do cool shit. You know what I mean? Like if someone goes, I want you to promote my brand, here's money, and now I'm using grinders I don't like or papers I don't like just because someone give me money, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'd rather have no money, do what I want to do with people I want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck that shit. So I couldn't just sell out and just promote this stuff, like this is the best stuff for weed.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind that some people have to do that to survive.
Of course.
And I sometimes make that decision for myself as well, and now I'm questioning myself like, whoa, if I'm doing this, I'm going to be a sellout.
Yeah.
And still sometimes I have to do it because the financial situation is there.
It.
And I have a house and I have shit, you need to pay that.
Yeah, of course. So if a business opportunity comes up.
Yeah, you have to always think about that for twice, Some companies rather not, but you still do it because you just want to work and go out there and have and also have the financial situation to do this every day.
That's it. Like I'm still in the coffee shop 5-6 days a week, so that gives me the freedom to not have to turn it into a business right now. You know what I mean? Because I work 45 hours a week separately, I can do podcast vlogs, I'll give away hats for free, because then, you know what I mean, I can just about survive on what I'm making on the other job. So for now I don't need to take it, you know what I mean? I don't need to sell out or I need this next payday, I need this, you know what I mean? So as long as I can keep myself, I'd rather work double
Yeah.
So I don't have to sell out, and you know what I mean. Then fucking have to cash
Absolutely.
in early. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and there are also a lot of. I wouldn't work with everyone.
Yeah.
It's also not the point, but sometimes decisions are made more difficult by having that
Real life.
Yeah, you can be so that we all are this kind of influencers, or people look at us like non-profit, but we need to make profit
Of
as well.
course, we need to survive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
expensive city.
Yeah, it's
Just
expensive.
keeping your morals quiet.
That's it. You know what I
And
mean?
sometimes you have to work a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Be ethical about it. Think about it 3
and
times.
Don't be afraid to get your nails dirty.
Yeah,
Get work
And I'm
done.
young, so I'm horrible at this shit. So normally I go first to my dad. I'm like, okay, I'm going to work with him. Is that a good idea? And he's like, no, don't do that. So
No, I
But
think
it's
it's
good to
better
have
to
that.
find your way.
Yeah.
And like you learn as well. Like it's beautiful to have that guidance. You know what I mean? They've learned, they've messed up, they've successed, all of them
Yeah.
things. So you're not kind of like totally fearful to go
But
and
you
do
also
your
have to
own
trust
thing
yourself.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like having that as a guidance, you're like,
Yeah.
actually, I can do that too. You know
like
what
your
I mean?
dad doesn't know the
Absolutely.
full story. You might be no, don't trust them. And if you
sometimes
Take-
I don't take the advice.
what I was gonna
though.
say, trust
Sometimes
your own
he's right, sometimes I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly he's more right than I am.
That's it. He has learned the hard way.
yeah. It's also it's a good way for me to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
absolutely. We all have to.
Yeah.
Every day is a school day.
Yeah,
Every day is a
100%. You're
school
never
day.
finished
You're
learning.
always-
100%.
We've learned from you today.
Yeah.
Loads of different tips. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's
It
it.
is.
And
For
absolutely, that's we should share the information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Always. Yeah.
That's the best thing about community. You know what I mean? You're not
It's having
only
a space
even
to-
just if taking back to weed, people find out new strains, new flowers, new everything. Then growers find out new growing techniques. Edible makers find you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By talking to these people and just everybody learns from each other, and that's the whole reason of community. That's why we survive for so long. And now we're just going. Everyone just goes into their own rooms with their tablet or their screens and
No.
separate. You know what I mean? Just take away from the coffee shops, take it all home, get
Yeah.
your just eat, get your food delivered. You know what I mean? And we need that community to stay together, and just excuses for because stoners they don't want to do shit, but if there's something to do, they'll do it. You know what I mean? They don't want to be like just let's head out and float around. But if like there's an event on, like fuck it, right, I'm going to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
we're active and not active at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like we
yes.
can't get shit done, but if we don't have to do something, we're like I'll just sit here and chill. You know what I mean? So when you have an event on,
I like
you
to be a
get-
productive stoner.
yeah, no, for sure.
That was the problem in the beginning. I wasn't a productive stoner, and then you get problems, and then to be productive.
Yeah, no, you have
It's
to-
also a mindset. It is not because you smoke weed you are not productive. It depends on yourself.
I
It depends.
always say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is only yes, it maybe becomes mentally harder, but that's only a mind. That's a mindset.
Yeah.
You can
And
change
what
that.
you're smoking as well.
That's what. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm a hash smoker. I'll smoke my like more traditional during the day. If I have a lot of shit to get done, I know I'll smoke a joint and chill for
Yeah.
20 minutes longer than I should. But them 20 minutes, I have a lot of shit
But
to
you
do.
also get better at
You
doing it
find
while
that
you're
balance.
stoned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when I started the coffee
I'm
shop.
powerful when I'm stoned.
Yeah.
Hash and coffee, man. I'll take over the world.
Like when I started the coffee shop, I used to make so many mistakes. It was nearly costing me to work there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I knew I didn't want to go right. Fuck it, I won't smoke. I'll learn the job. I'm like right. It might cost me for a while, but if I keep smoking and keep learning, eventually it'd be like driving a car. You're not even looking at the gears anymore. You're just like that. So now I'm like this, serving people. You're like fucking something out of the Matrix, making coffees, serving weed, money. You know what I mean? So you just have to get used to it and keep doing it, and then you get better because you know what I mean.
smoking.
But
This is
I
a different
don't
music.
think.
No, but I do get you.
Even when I learned to
it's
drive.
your tolerance and all gets
Yeah,
definitely.
Even when I learned to drive, I was stoned most of the time. I smoked a joint before my driving test because like I was stoned when I was learning to drive. So this is how I drive my
Yes,
best. You know what I mean?
yes.
So I think, well, for me, learn how to do it stones, then you'll know how
Yeah,
to do it.
anxious behind the wheel is also not very good.
Yeah,
so,
no,
yeah.
for sure.
That's everyone's level definitely is different.
Yes.
Like we all consume different.
And
like
that's a
some-
problem for the that's a problem in the
For the
cannabis.
testing.
Yeah, it's horrible because you don't know how the tolerance is per person.
Yeah.
It's such a difficult drug
Like
to
she
test
can
for.
take as much edibles as me. We can probably take 2,000 milligrams.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can
Love
that
edibles.
all day long, but take an edible from 100 milligrams, I'm done.
Like I done a quiz the other night on my live, and I took 2,000. There was gummies from America, 500 milligrams each. I put 4 of them in my mouth in one go, 2,000 milligrams. By the end of the quiz, I'm forgetting to give out answers and stuff, and it's like the people are on the chat going, "You forgot the last round." I'm like, "What the fuck's that?" And you can even hear I was slower. We watched the back, and you can change the speed on YouTube. When you speed it up to like 1.5, I sounded normal. That's how slow I was. I was like, "So the next round," then we speed it up to, "So next round we're gonna have this." Oh man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. I try and do a quiz every Tuesday on the live. Like my live usually starts at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when I finish work. But Tuesdays I'm off, so I start at like 11 or 12, so we get people at home a bit more. But I'm gonna start trying to do that. Get a load of edibles, like 2,000 milligrams before it, so everyone could just see me deteriorate as the fucking quiz goes on. So should be good crack. But before we go, I just want to mention that we're having a Halloween session.
Yeah.
So Halloween smoke
Spooky.
sesh for the 3rd year, the Grand Faded. This year it's going to be in Havlar.
Yeah.
So the night
We're
before.
gonna make it
Thank you,
groovy.
Willie.
Yes, the night before we'll be doing pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
So yeah, blow long puff puff
So
pumpkin
Wednesday
carving.
the 30th will be pumpkin carving and puff of paint at the Havlar. So
Yes.
most of them pumpkins will be the decorations for our Halloween.
Oh no, we have loads.
Oh, we'll have a lot
We're
more.
coming
but
big. We're coming big. We're making it spooky.
your pumpkin will be in the decorations if you
Yes,
want to leave it.
do if you want to leave a feature
And
for
then
having
we're going
little.
to do the fancy dress smoke sesh. So we'll hopefully maybe have prizes for best dressed or something like that.
Loads
We'll
of
get
goodies.
somebody involved and stuff like that. So yeah, 31st Thursday and Wednesday puff of paint. If you're around, come along. Everyone's welcome, as we said earlier.
Yes, always.
So yeah, if you're around on Halloween, get a fancy dress costume.
Come get spooky.
Yeah, it should be good. But yeah, we have to go to work soon, so we're going to leave it there. Pyron, thank you
Thank you
so
very much.
It's
It
great
was
to have
very
you on.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great to chat to you. As always, thanks to the Faded Fairy. If you're still
Legends.
watching, like and subscribe and all that bullshit. Till next time. Cheers, bro.